Oh, wait. It's recording, but it's not live. Alright! This is our part 6 of Danganronpa. We are now at the part where there have been not one, but 2 murders. Murder. You gotta make that like joke every time you play this game. Like I have to. Alright, so on with the game. Whenever I there it is. Alright guys, here we go. We are going to start out with the investigation. And hopefully, if I can do this fast enough, we will actually be doing both the investigation and trial tonight. So, let's try it. Alright, let's check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi and Taka. The cause of death was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. And that's it.
Very strange.
Yep, that's less info. The events, yeah, people saw him like die. It was really tragic. Maybe.
Well,
there's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Yeah, where's Kyoko?
perhaps.
She has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked, but what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? Oh god. Yeah, what is he doing there?
Monokuma appears!
Why? He's already answered the questions about having an accomplice.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just here to remind you.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, 2 people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
Yeah, there's no gratification. Gratification, oh boy. That's a word to use, I guess.
So then...
Oh, he didn't say that. He just says, he just gave you the explanation.
hey,
Yep. That would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in the murder, only the Blacking can graduate. The accomplice
So
gets
in
nothing.
other words...
Yeah, just like normal.
well,
Ooh, he's gonna clarify this. In this class trial, what you need to determine
scream!
is the one true Blacken who divides the murder plot and put it into action.
Well now,
That's enough for my explanation. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the Blacken. Good luck to all the contestants. And by the way, guys, you can only, the max murder is 2. So one person can only kill 2 people max. So there can only be one Blacken, and accomplice wouldn't benefit. And I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to the case after all. Might be right. If that's true, where is she?
However...
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation. I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
so,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack.
what?
Creepy.
Oh.
When did you... I'm not reading that out loud.
SOB!
Milk sack swimmer girl. God, she's referring to her boobs.
Huh?
Milk sack.
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. Well, yeah, they were together. She was still lying unconscious in the equipment. Plus, talking body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body. He was a rather large human being. Yeah, when someone knows what I look like, they don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not that kind of thing you should be bragging about.
See.
We should post a guard by the body like before. Oh, should we? We can't have him disappearing again. Hina, I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd totally be useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Alright, let's go. The whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me. I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. What? File number 3? Yeah, let's look at this, because those are the ones... Yeah, all of those are... They were all there, and there's 4 mallets missing, and yeah, this is where they were. Yeah. Yes, I think so. Wait. For some reason, this camera isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Someone washed it recently. Ooh, alright. Our room needs statues. But if you've been down, it's not too hard to use. But wait! Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? Oh, over there! I see it to your right! Oh! And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. Huh, I wonder what this means. There was blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room. What's the explanation for that? Oh god. Alright, we'll investigate the bodies. They'll never move again. Blow to the head. Hammer of Justice Hammer 4. Is that what he used to kill them? And there's a sharp blade out under his body. Did he use it to move the body? Either way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Blue tarp. Alright, let's see. Oh, is really. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big from the nurse's office where he was discovered here to all the way from the first floor to the 3rd floor and without anyone noticing? How the heck? Oh, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. His fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Number 3. Something off about his body. Something different. Versus right now. Oh, I would have missed that actually. His glasses were covered in blood. And now they're completely clean.
So,
I've been thinking, what about it? If the bodies disappeared when we split up, look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. We came right to the repository to, look around. When we got here, it was locked. We couldn't get inside. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. Then who locked it and why is it unlocked? There might be a secret lurking in there. Leave this area. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm looking really closely at something real quick. Many aspects to the incident this time, too many. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. Waited for the others, no one showed up. Decided to look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we started our search. As soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor. Then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, we were attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice! He had dragged Takumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costume assailant. We found an injured Takumi in the library on the 2nd floor. Took him to the nurse's office on the 1st floor. But not long after leaving the nurse's office, something moving around top of the stairs. We went back up to the second floor. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. Third floor. Third floor. What's wrong? Intense scream. Strange cough through me. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was walking the stairs, and he disappeared. And then, that came from downstairs. It must have been Booney. We have to go back. We decided to split up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I. Me, Bianca, and Toko. He was dead. We found his corpse. Yep. So he was officially dead. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the third floor to tell the others what happened.
However...
Yep, we just in the equipment room. But my question's still, why didn't his death announcement go off when Hifumi, or when Taka's body was discovered, because there were two other people? Oh wait, she just said because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play after. But when we played it, there was no announcement. We found his body, we left, and then found his body, and then that was the announcement. Unless I'm delusional. But that was the second time we found his body, not the first. But we had found his body earlier or something. No? I thought there was a time where we went into the room and there's three of us, and then we left. Hifumi was the big guy, because he was in the nurse's office, right? Then we went back upstairs, did all this. While we were all gone, he died. But Hifumi was killed in the nurse's room. That's where the official news announcement was. That's what she just said. Hifumi, the big guy. Yeah, they found him like in another room, and then they brought him down to the nurse's station. Then we left him alone. And then we... I thought there was a time, and I'll go back and rewatch my Let's Play from yesterday, but I thought what happened was we found Hifumi. Like, we found Hifumi first. His body was the first one to go off. Then we learned he was still alive. I don't think Taka was presumed dead at that time. I thought we found his body, but there was not an announcement. Because I had asked you about it last night when we were taking the dog out. But then, but then we found his body, we all left, Hifumi was officially dead. But we don't know that Taka was alive or not. We just found his body. And then everyone was like, he's dead. But there was never an announcement for that. So I was like, why? Yeah. I thought Hifumi died in someone's arms, like he was telling us something. Yeah. So that's when he died. So the alarm went off for Hifumi's death, but he wasn't actually dead yet. Then another alarm went off for Hifumi when he actually died. But for Taka, I'm saying I thought we found him, but and three of us were in the room, but there was never an announcement. We were like, oh my god. But there was not an announcement. I'll just play it. I'm getting confused. But I'm saying I thought there were 2 other people with him in the room when talking about exactly. But when there were no, when he. But I'm saying. I thought he was in the room when the bell went off. Huh. Okay. We ran into Celeste, who had arrived to tell us something very unusual. That Fumi's body disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover his corpse was gone. Then we remembered we had to abandon the unconscious Toko, rushed back to the equipment room. And yeah, Taka's body disappeared. And then after some time, Celeste told us she found the bodies. Yep, they had vanished into this room. And that brings us up to...
However...
If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Alright, what does he say? Do you think he really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said
So in other words...
But if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? He'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there's a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? Couldn't find the bodies, couldn't complete the investigation. If that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily. Went back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. The other thing that bothers me is, why did they bother killing 2 people?
What?
The rule says if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught, but killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. I see, so that's what it means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Oh god. What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. Great. Yep, I think he figured something out. Would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Alright. Is there any other area that we're missing in here? I wonder if there's like a secret entrance or something. Locked from the inside. No, the door can only be locked from the inside, which makes me wonder. Tina and Sakura confirmed the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside. Someone had already gone in and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. There's no way someone could have beaten them to that certain someone. Oh, okay. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. The nurse's office, then the equipment room. Oh, crap. What's the equipment room again? Wait, was his body found in the science lab area? Either one of them. I thought it was in the back room. But that was in the science room, the physics lab. Yeah, that's what I said. Or bodies, yeah. Alright, here we go. We will look at the hammer first. Weapon needs to kill him, body is moved, weapon was just there. Oh god. It's the tarp. Alright, that explained that. Yeah, and that's where the wheel thing, yep. 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 Both rooms are on the 3rd floor. Alright. Even if the dolly was used, what about Hifumi? 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. Still a total mystery. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed that I missed an ultimately rare event. Oh god. Here. Did I miss it? Yes. Hold on. Got it. I like how pink this door is, like, it's just so obviously the nurse's area. Alright, let's see what's in here. What? In here, yeah. Something. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth, and it's got some sort of cartoon character in it, covered in blood.
Oh.
Did you find something in the cloth? Huh? It's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. Yeah, we noted that his glasses were. I like how they forget it so well, or at least make them forget or something. Like, oh my god, this pains me. Ooh, blood packets for blood transfusions. I'm not a vampire. All right. Someone moved the body, left the weapon behind. I think that's everything. Alright, let's talk to her, I guess. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around and seeing if Hiro might be here. Oh. About you? I'm just checking this and that. Main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved to Fumi's body.
Let's see.
How he was moved, huh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her, but she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. It could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So they could move in and out with that sort of time.
Indeed.
To carry off someone as big as Fumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of anything less than impossible. That's everything. Alright, now what? Oh, here we go. This is where you are. I've been looking for you. Why? Thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this game of ours very interesting. You should go to Hiro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet me in the dining hall. This is the note Hiro wrote to us all meeting up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear
anyway,
now.
this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things go even more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
What an interesting way. So he said to go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Oh lord. I'm not on my phone right now. Is anyone even watching? The door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. He did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. This is Hero's room. All kind of weird stuff in here. Where'd he even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? One of the monitors, no point in worrying about it now. Alright, so we've got 2 more places, these boxes and the doors. Something in the cups. Blueprints for something, and oh lord. Cardboard box. Is this Robo Justice and it's in Hero's room? Oh wait. These blueprints, something about them bothers me. There's nothing in here, it's pretty good. Ew! Nothing on the side, nope. Alright, that's it. Oh, big news. Kyoko. Where is she? There's more big news?
Just a second.
What? It's Hiro wearing the costume. Head to the pool on the 2nd floor. Oh boy. Guess we go over there, right? I should see what everyone has to say. Alright, let's go over there then. Kyoko,
I mean...
Phew, man, I've had the worst day. Hiro? Let's talk to you first. Apparently that ridiculous object is Hiro. I'd ask Kyoko for the details if I were you. I will. Alright, so she's the one who started up. That suspicious individual attacked me. Robo Justice finally made his appearance, huh? Kyoko's the one that found him. I'll talk to Kyoko next, but I want to see this.
Huh? Oh, hey,
dude, who else would it be? That's a good question. Why do I look at this? What, did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? Oh my god.
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool locker. Fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
don't be mean!
I can't believe you kicked me. I've been a little more gentle, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. It is creepy. Where has she been all the time? You just disappeared without a trace.
Wow.
There's something I have to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't. Never mind.
It's nothing.
Never.
Hey,
More importantly, yeah, does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the
and?
Hiro, you need to explain why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Wait, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, I don't know what happened, then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care, do something about that costume.
Huh? Let
I
me
don't know
out
what's up
of
with this thing, but I
here!
can't actually get it off. Help. Why would you make something that you can't take off? Or I didn't make the stupid freaking
Let's see.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help. Slowly, we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Does he not know that people are dead?
So then,
Nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, hold on a sec.
honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints are in your room as well.
okay?
In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true, I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me
Could
too.
it be?
You're the one who put this costume on when it went around attacking everyone. It was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag
Just
him.
the worst.
I don't want him to kill anyone else. Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. I mean, attacking blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking
What
about.
the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. Killed who? There must be a fake hero running
What are you
around.
saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on yourself before you can fix me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, she started putting on the costume.
Huh. See? Look. I mean, I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Hmm?
I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
I'd say try everybody out just to make sure. In a huff, she took the suit back off again.
Ah.
Well, now you're all out of excuses. It's because you're a girl if you're another guy. Makoto, go ahead. Alright. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. The arms are too long, there's no way I can...
Just a second!
Impossible. Absolutely right, this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But...
There's another costume, they must have one that looks the same but fits them.
Honestly.
Show us some evidence.
What the heck?
Evidence? You cleansed another suit, then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the
Who
worst.
cares? He's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing
That's
anyway.
terrible.
How we know it was him.
What?
Is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me?
Oh,
Certainly indeed. At the same time, where was she hiding?
then perhaps...
What else would explain her questionable behavior? You are quite protective of her. That's because she helped me up so much. Well, no. If I were the mastermind, that's exactly what I would do to earn your trust. Awkward. Be more and more like it was a setup. Wait, what? Hold on. It's looking more and more like it really was a setup. Alright.
What the heck?
One more talk. Yep. Oh, alright, well. Lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mid-talk. Better leave her alone.
What the heck?
How am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? 2 people talking to me. 2
Just the
people.
worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
Please!
I did not. Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it.
So then-
You may as well tell us then. They were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least
Which
30%
means Alter
right.
Ego and or Hero must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Unfortunate.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay? I'm telling you guys, you got it all wrong.
Oh,
That note. Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep. The real killer probably drugged me or
Just
something.
the worst.
So...
He could be on something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote that. Trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that's floating in front of you. That's mean. Yeah, even if the lie you had checked. They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy
don't
it.
be mean.
You should buy
Just a
it.
second.
Okay, then show us that note. I have it right here in my own pocket.
No way.
It looks like I lost it. Oh, please don't believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. If you want to believe you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, you gotta give us reason. For serious. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to wait before the class trial begins. Hey! Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why did you kill us? Killed him. Tell us, Hero. No, it's like it said. Is it really to get the money Monokuma offered? Yeah, that must be it. You must be like totally broken, that's why. False accusation!
What are you saying?
Thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, time to search for evidence, right? You're right, I need to look for the second suit in that note. Pete, don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to guard duty. Hey, I was gonna ask Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on hand. Bye. Everyone.
Makoto.
Do you have a second? I want you to help me with the
It would
investigation.
seem...
Looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you...
Why is that?
Dang! She just straight up... No. Yeah!
Anyway,
You don't mind, do you?
shall we go?
Thanks. Shall we go? That's weird, dude.
Hey.
Like, the fact that he just straight up said no. So, Makoto, I'd like to examine the corpses. Ah, yeah, same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer that? Yeah. Anyway, we gotta hurry before the class trial begins. Alright, let's go. And I guess that's where we're headed. Do I have to walk there? Aw, oh, crap. I was hoping it just pushed me there, you know? Hold on. It's upstairs. I'm not the right way, right? Wait, no. There it is. Wait, is the rest of the tour? Yeah, it's where the art is. Yeah, alright, good. Hifumi and Taka, she seemed to go rigid, but only for a
so
moment.
then,
Shall we get started? She crouched down next to Taka without hesitation, just began poking and
knew
prodding. They were killed using similar weapons. She was so calm. Feel a little more comfortable. Guess we should start talking to people again. Should we look at the mouth again? Camera sizing. Why isn't that one of our little tabs or whatever? We've already seen this, right? Yeah, alright, we already did that. Let's see what Sakura has to say.
So then.
No, not right now. It's a long explanation.
So,
Talk to her.
I see.
I found something.
Hey,
The wristwatch you wanted left hand. Do you dislike people that much? No. Anyway, the watch.
so then,
Ooh, it's broken. The hands aren't moving. Most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are just frozen just past 6 o'clock. Sometime after 6.
that's right.
But his watch definitely wasn't broken. Oh, I was wondering how she knew about the watch. It's almost 10 o'clock. Alright. So that means 6 in the
other words.
morning. 6 at night. It could have been broken at 6 p.m., meaning 6 in the morning.
However,
And that's not all. Look at his left hand. There's something written there.
Makoto,
Why would I?
because
Rigor mortis has already set in. boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Oh, that's messed up! Oh, rigor mortis is when a body's been dead for a certain amount of time, their entire body just gets rigid. And you can't move it, right? Like, it just gets stiff. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. Alright, let's see what the object is.
Hey.
Paper. Like
is that right? So then...
Let's check his body. Maybe he has a clue. Ugh. Alright, we've already talked. Alright, do we talk to her about it now?
Indeed.
Oh, yeah. I did more than I expected. Look at this. Oh, we found another piece of paper.
Right.
Yeah, I just hit it on him.
Indeed.
Stuffed it in his pants. Alright. So I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose. Oh.
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper, open it up. Yeah, when I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, ... I don't want to touch it. It better be important for me or I'll never forgive you for this. Oh, it is the note. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. You can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
So...
Same thing Hero said.
However...
It's not exactly the same. Weird note. Found the hole we can use to escape. Can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the requiem room at 1 a.m. That's right, he did say 1. 1 a.m. This note says 6.
Is that right?
If Boomy has the note, doesn't mean it was meant for him.
So...
I think there's some meaning there. Can you explain a little more? Think carefully. Why would he have been clutching this paper so tightly?
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? What does that mean? Wait, I don't understand what she's saying.
Hey.
One other thing. 2 victims this time definitely had their handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how they were carried out, not that there was any reason to think they were connected to them in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't mention it. They were each up period of murders, where a handbook may play a role. Okay. Sweet, that was it? Awesome. He's probably getting bored and we need to start the trial.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Told you.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but this is where the investigation comes to an end. Figure the rest out for yourself and come to the proper conclusion.
Shall we go?
Let's keep going. Alright. Alright guys, let me check something real quick. Oh, it hadn't even been an hour yet. We are so good, guys. We got this. Everyone heard Monakuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door.
Monokuma appears!
That's freaking terrifying! There's 2 of them! He multiplied! Is it an illusion? I'm moving so fast it only looks like a multiplied. Can you guys tell which one's the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
You're not playing along?
Stop talking.
I need to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's ready to go, please get on. Please board the pain train elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Alright, shall we?
Please!
I'm not mentally prepared yet. You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your
What the heck?
I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the costume or the note? No, but how unfortunate that it would seem we have our courtroom.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to
That's
the courtroom.
right.
Alright, let's go and the story can begin. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the 2 that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed 2 of our friends. The killer is someone right here.
damn.
I don't like the first 3 Oh, sorry, wrong person.
Just the worst.
Hurry up, makes it pay. Are you listening to wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your questioning? Arguing. Wasn't me, gotta believe me.
Hey,
Alright. Genocide Jill. I like how she comes out. Alright, let's go. Took one last deep breath, exhaled slowly, and began to walk toward the elevator when everyone was aboard. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled this, we couldn't go anywhere. Alright, that was funny. Opening up into a cool fake. When I see all of you gathered like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
just the worst.
Particularly you. Why are you making us do cool things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much because I'm so cute?
Come on.
Yeah, stop goofing around and let's go. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Alright, let's begin. Go to your assignments. Answer, the curtain opened again. Deadly judgment, deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly dun 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 class trial. Alright guys, here we go. Let's check my skills first. Tranquility. Completely steadies your aim, effective during the non-stop. What do you mean no? Oh, it's the same thing from the same person, gotcha. Wait, but that's from the same person? No, it's not from the same person. Alright, so I guess, yeah. So that steadies your aim a little, completely steadies it. Alright, well, I guess we'll do that. Oh, I guess you can, like, go through this before... Let's see this real quick. Alright, let's go. Last trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
Yeah.
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
Yeah, really.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit.
Dude, they're popping all this out
Parts we
before anything
assume
can
were used
happen.
to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
Hey guys.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
Before this goes any further, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who did it, but I'm gonna peg it, like, I'm just gonna make a guess. Totally off books. I'm gonna guess. See, I don't want to guess this person, but I'm gonna have to for a reason. I hope it'll explain later. I'm gonna guess it was either Sakura or Celeste. And the only reason I would even consider Sakura is because she's the strongest out of all of them, and Hifumi's body was moved so quickly. However, I will say Celeste was acting so weird at the very beginning, like when the crimes were taking place. It was like her dictating where she quote-unquote saw the person running around. And if he was unconscious in the locker room, like if he's being serious about that, if Hiro actually didn't do it, I don't know. That's just my guess. It totally could be Hiro after all, but I think Celeste has a part in this, like a heavy part. That's just my guess.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear? Alright, let's go.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
No.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
I mean, look at the blueprints. That handwriting is awful messy. His handwriting. Oh, okay.
Everything we found in your room.
I'm happy that missed, guys. That was an accident.
The suit parts, they are all proof.
No, it's wrong.
Great!
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Why are they
The
doing an
handwriting's
alter ego
obviously
in front of the bear?
Wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting
He
anyway.
calls himself stupid.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious
Dude, the fact that Byakuya
individual
doesn't
hidden
think it was
within the
him.
suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course he passes it off to me. That's funny.
Who was in the Robo Justice suit?
It was me! Wait, wait, help me out here. Hiro, Hina, or I mean, it had to be Hiro, right? It's gotta be Hiro! He's the only one who fit!
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
Yeah.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
I think it's the last guys.
Of course. But before we get to that,
He's so cocky.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
He's done it the whole time
All
we've been here.
things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
Is it where she was?
We must clarify
Okay.
the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
God dang it. This jerk here. I mean, wait, crap. It was this.
I got it!
I mean, it was also a tarp. Yeah, hold on. How do I select multiple?
I got it!
I did both of them, right?
They were
Okay, there we go.
a
There we
dolly
go.
and a tarp, right?
Ah, his face!
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
His attitude, though, is funny.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room.
Yeah, obnoxious and ignorant friend.
So
or
the
not
killer
ignorant,
must
but
have
yeah.
seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
But why bother moving it?
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Why were you mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange
I hate
indeed
when you
to
make that
discover
face.
it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Alright, smart!
There is no
Come
shame
on
in
now.
being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Dude, he's getting hammered on
Well
all
accepted the
sides.
fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, that's cool, man. Yeah. That's funny. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. I don't even know why that happened. Alright, reloading! I'm gonna add one more ingredient. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, ammo count. Until now, there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy their statements from now on. Just locking and pressing the left mouse button won't handle them. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. You can't destroy any more statements. You can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Oh boy, hold on guys. This is a beat moment of truth. Oh, we have to do this already?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree.
How do I do this?
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Come on.
Miserable wretch.
Come on.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Oh, thank God.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Oh shoot, I didn't actually read what she said. Wait, is she the bad guy? Is she actually the person?
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
I think he's the bad guy.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Okay,
If you look back
tell
on
us,
how
Mr.
the body
Smart
was
Person.
transported, it will become immediately
Look back
obvious.
on how the body was transported. What does that mean? If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. Oh, when Hina was in the bodysuit. When Hina was in the bodysuit, she was like the hips. You couldn't lean over and pick up anything. Oh God, now I gotta do this though.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Right.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository.
Correct.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and
I wonder if
wheeled
it's
it
a
off,
loaded
right?
part.
Now,
Yeah.
keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
That's important.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
That's the button we gotta push, guys, but I want to hear what she says.
No problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said,
you're an idiot.
Then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
I agree. Sweet. Is that everything?
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
I like how they just gave you the answer right there.
Then loaded it onto the dolly. Now,
keep in mind that the dolly...
Well, yeah. All you
Bend
have
over.
to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
I still think it's the
what you
last.
said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Blind as a bat, can't see my feet. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
You couldn't see your feet.
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
No, because the clip on the back of his thing, like, he couldn't even get out. It took all of us. Yeah, it took... I like this answer. That's the correct answer, guys. Once it's on, you can never take it off. Alright, you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? I didn't make this stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that keeps you from getting it off. It's pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Not to mention, what's her name
Showing
found
up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
And not the, like, what's her name said she found him asleep.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
It's totally her! She's trying to pin it on him. It's totally
you all
her.
got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
She's pushing it
If
too
whoever was
hard.
in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Maybe he found it and it slipped and freaked him
do you
out.
remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. Robo Justice, that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
She's pushing it too
The
hard.
individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
She's pushing it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Man.
that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early
Yeah.
to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was
Yeah.
when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? Oh, see, I think it's her.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. She's fake. Like, I feel like there's something going on. Even if she isn't the murderer, she knows something, man. Plus, I just realized something. If they get the murderer wrong, so if she actually did the killing. Oh, no. If Celeste actually is the killer and we said it was, Hiro, she would get away with it and we all died. Never mind. It was Celeste.
and then...
That's my guess. But yeah, see, she was upstairs with them, so I'm not sure, dude. I'm not sure.
Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
But he wasn't dead,
and that's
right?
when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Okay.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Okay.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body had disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
And his body, yep.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. Which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
She's so calm.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Huh. That's cool.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Okay.
Now then,
somewhere.
let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Okay, we'll start with Taka. Where are you going? The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth, I have to find them no matter what. Alright, make our argument.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The Justice Hammers were numbered, but are they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
I don't know if it's what order, hold on.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Okay,
It's true
hold on.
that while Taka's death...
See?
Yep, hold on.
So it's obvious Taka came...
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was...
We already know what order they were killed in.
Oh, wrong one, alright.
Shoot!
Oh man, dude, my life is like literally hanging on by a thread.
So, regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was... We already know Taka came...
What makes you say...
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Alright. That's okay. We'll just keep going. Hold on, come on. I like how he's so happy. So I'm not going to do it. But what happens if you say no? Is it just in the game right there and you can start over whenever you want?
I refuse to give up yet.
Alright, let's try this again. I hope you don't die. Like,
So,
they put you in something?
Taka's death, I wonder if, or perhaps it was... We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say...
Because of the number...
It's true that while Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding
Hold
Taka's
on.
death, I wonder if he died before
Oh.
or perhaps it was after? We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Okay, guys. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See?
Okay, I actually don't know
So
what
it's
to
obvious
do.
Taka came...
Hang on. If you target a weak spot, hold down the left button.
So, regarding, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came
Oh, that's
last.
cool. You can get more seconds.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was
That's
killed
cool.
with Justice Hammer.
While Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka
Oh,
came
hang on.
last.
Alright, so...
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer.
While Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer.
While Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came...
Let's try the numbering with
Regarding,
this.
I wonder if...
It's either the numbering on this.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Sweet.
No, it's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
The evidence, yep, it's gonna be his watch. Hangman's Gambit. Oh, is it just gonna be like watch or flock? Oh! Oh, alright. Where's an eye? No, A, idiot. AP. That was easy.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. That's what he says. I'm like, oh my god.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night, so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been
And that would be his official time of death.
but if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
What was that? Downstairs.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Not
I
necessarily.
know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
Well, I mean, cool idea.
True,
Yeah.
where's the tape?
Oh my god, I have an
Don't just go making
idea.
stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
I have an
Since
idea.
all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
Not necessarily. Not
And it
necessarily.
does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
I wonder if an e-handbook could be used to record things.
When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was
Did
in the
Hina
equipment
actually
room,
see her
correct?
though? I still think it's Celeste, guys, but
And then
my actual
there's
question
the
is,
disappearance of Taka's
was Celeste
body
and
from the
Hina actually in
equipment room.
eyesight of each other?
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
Yeah, she would take credit
In
for
other
it.
words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
There it is again with Celeste. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in this short amount of time. I mean,
his
Sakura,
body apparently
unfortunately, is
disappeared
one of the
in the 1
strongest
minute
people.
her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
I really hope it wasn't Sakura. I
But to carry
really
that
liked
much weight
her.
from the first.
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
I don't want it to be Sakura.
What if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
I was wondering if he was actually dead. For the simple reason of he had to have cleaned off his glasses to see.
The dead body
Yeah.
moved on its own?
I don't think he was dead.
No! Not another... No!
This guy was
I don't
dead.
think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is
He never really died.
we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Did
Are
anyone
you
check
saying
his pulse?
Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Did you check it?
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Yeah.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi... I assumed that, honestly. I was like, unless it was soccer who tested him up. What is this one? Make your argument. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's read it off. Broken wristwatch. Is that it? Just a wristwatch?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. And you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
But he could have just assumed he had...
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
But there could have been a mistake.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay, so the body announcement was made only once.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible.
I'm not sure which one you...
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
I'm not
And
sure
you
to
know
click it
that
on.
how? Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had
Oh,
been
shoot.
found.
That was accurate.
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we real?
that's
Maybe
just-
the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, wait. I don't know what to
Are
do.
you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible.
How about the broken
Hifumi was
wristwatch?
dead. And you know that surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body announcement was made only once.
Are you saying that when we
Alright.
there's a chance he was at?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why.
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Oh,
discovery.
it's not his. Crap. Oh, rip. Okay, help.
Are you saying that when we first found
Help.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
So maybe it's the dead
Are
body.
we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Someone else. I mean, I don't know what to click.
Are you saying that when we first found
Yeah.
there's a chance he was actually...
No.
So I think it's. I think it might be.
And you know
Hold
that
on.
surely you heard the body
I think it might be.
Hifumi's dead body had
A
been
dead
found.
body had been found,
And that is
and
why
I think
the
it would be on
announcement was
somebody
made.
else.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Crap,
discovery.
that's not it.
Shoot! Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about
I'm gonna
that?
try about this one.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I mean, that's the only. Then this one goes with the dead body comment, right?
Hifumi in the nurse's office,
So not this
he
one.
was actually still alive.
I mean, it could be that one.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without
And then I think it'll
And
be
you know that
this
how?
this next one, right here.
Surely you
Oh,
heard the
hold on.
body discovery announcement along with the Hifumi's dead
This.
body had been found.
Yes.
No, that's wrong.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
Ah, so I was right. There was only one
After
announcement.
finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in
Yes,
there
okay.
somewhere.
My observation was right.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
And Taka's been dead
First
a
of all,
while.
if 2 bodies had been found, there
Yeah.
really should have been
I
2 announcements.
remember I said that when we were playing last night. I'm like, why wasn't there another announcement?
Monokuma
Got
simply got
lazy and rolled them together into one. Is he gonna
What do
get
you
mad?
say, Monokuma? Any comments?
Yeah, Monokuma.
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Yeah.
Huh? Later on?
Yep.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The first time it was played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. When both bodies were rediscovered. Yep.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Yep. And that time he really was dead.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us.
Unless he was
doesn't it?
actually dead at that point.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
And I know how.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And all that blood. The reason it was there is because there was... Oh, it's fine. I just thought you grabbed it on accident and that was the face. Anyway, when I was looking around, if you go in the nurse's office, there's a little refrigerator and there was blood packets there, and I assumed that's how Hifumi did it.
That's just part of it.
That's how there was blood on his head and all
There's
that.
one other thing that leads me to
Yeah,
believe he
hold
was
on.
still
Oh,
alive
and
in the nurse's
he's gonna say the
office.
glasses thing. He found the glasses that were wiped off.
I know!
Creepy.
Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Wow, that
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
that was the worst logic I've ever heard. That's funny.
I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
He was really alive, guys.
This whole thing is pointless.
She's the culprit. Yep, show it to everyone. Come on, hurry up. I know this already. Make your argument. I know what it is. Yep, the glasses. There we
Well,
go.
here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
It's that one.
Then, Was he really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
Yep, she's the bad guy. She's trying to deny it too hard. Oh, sorry guys, I clicked that too fast. It's okay.
The first time we found him dead, but his body disappeared.
And the next time, it was in the...
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi and the
It should
nurse's
have been like
office and the
clear
repository.
different. Get it? Clear. Because the glasses were cleaned off. Ah. Alright, sorry guys. I'm being cheesy.
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
It was that napkin thing, which is hilarious. And that's like the thing that he would use too. It's just funny.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
And he was a clear fan of it.
Digital camera, was it? Hifumi's, of course.
Yep.
The character was Princess Piggles.
That's so
From
dumb.
Green Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Pretty pudgy
I
princess.
highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
Yeah.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
And
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
He got up,
What I'm
cleaned off
saying
his
is,
glasses,
the blood on
and
his
walked
glasses
away.
was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
See, I wasn't given a little...
Fridge in the nurse's
Yeah, the
office
fridge. Here we
contains
go.
packs of
Yeah.
blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
What do you mean?
It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Hifumi?
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside.
And like, if you think about it, of all people, Hifumi totally worshipped, what's her name? Celeste. Like, he would have done anything for that chick. So I'm wondering if he was in the repository and she said she was able to get in because maybe she asked him to open it.
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case.
Yeah, he was one of...
He was one of the assailants.
Yeah, okay. I'm
But
still convinced.
That means he took part in the murders.
Yep.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Maybe his ebook or something?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The pieces of paper. The note Hifumi had, so it would be his scrap of paper. Oh, I'm talking about what Hifumi stole from Taka.
Shoot!
I think that's the other one.
I got it!
Am I right?
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
Yeah.
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
In his pants. Of all places.
In his pants?
Oh god, and of course Genocide will like
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well,
that. Yeah,
forget
I was
about
like, the pants? And he's like, forget about the
Take a
pants!
look at what the note says.
Yeah, his face is just like, guys. Found a hole, maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the equipment room at 6 a.m., which is when he died.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants!
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What's
I
your
don't really
objection?
understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy!
TikTok and Puffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Yeah, she's scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. What are we doing? Another truth thingy? Alright, let's go! Are there gonna be multiple? Yep, alright. Probably gonna be
Happy had the note, right?
Puffy. Oh god.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Yeah, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
That's wrong, and I'll be broken her sauce, but I want to see what it says. That's all I need to clear up. Alright, perfect.
Happy had the note, right? And the person it was intended must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Boom.
No, it's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka, just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
He was the sidekick.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Stuffed down.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse
Yeah.
after he died.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Again. Oh, yeah. Hold on, I got this. Where's that little scrap of paper? That it is.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it!
Yep,
It fits
of
perfectly
course
with
it
the
does.
note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note...
That's Hifumi with the
They're from the
sidekick.
same piece of paper.
And
Hifumi
Celeste
had the
is
note meant
still
for
the bad
Taka,
guy.
while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Whoa.
After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing.
Oh, God.
In fact, he's still alive.
Okay, he really is an idiot. Yeah,
When we found him in the repository, the second body
Sorry, guys, I just can't. I'm like, come on.
So then...
Whoever did is the master.
Yeah.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
Yep.
So, he must have been
still
killed
Celeste.
after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus. Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
What?
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
Oh.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
Okay.
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository,
Yep,
culprit
I was
would have had
right.
to grab one of the hammers,
Yep.
put the hammer. But wouldn't that be seriously?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah!
Hell
it's packed
yeah.
in there good and tight.
Oh,
He's
Lord.
right, though. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed, but if the hammers were already linked.
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
There were hammers behind them in that room.
Personally,
Let's move
I haven't a
on.
clue.
Oh, of course
So
you
which
don't.
hammer was used to attack
Those were accounted for in other rooms too.
Is it not possible they used...
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Yes.
So then, what would...
The weapon used to kill Ifumi, the whole picture surrounding his case won't become clear. Oh, my lord, I can just tell you. There were the hammers behind, because he found one that needed to be cleaned off. Yep, spotless hammer. Perfect. Here we go.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Spotless hammer!
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon?
He wasn't. She
How did
wasn't.
nobody witness them carrying it?
Come on, hurry up.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Oh my
Check
god.
out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Wow.
One thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
It's obviously
Hammers.
not, so that's the
And,
thing.
That's about it.
That's about it. Alright.
What was used? Was it just maybe Justice? Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody...
Sounds like a Justice Hammer! Check out murdergear.com!
Well, one thing's the murder weapon had to be one of the Justice.
Got it.
It's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But seriously, a different weapon?
I mean, it was the same weapon.
Specifically, a hammer
But
from the
yeah.
repository.
Ugh.
The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now,
And then just
all
put
the
it back,
hammers
yeah.
in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Of course.
I'd also like to point out that the repository
Yeah, look
has
in the
all
back,
kinds
guys.
of hammers. Big ones,
It looked like
small
there's
ones,
4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like there was 4 different hammers. That's where
and
it came
even some
from.
flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers
Yep.
used those as a basis for their design.
Or took those.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Why? He's dead.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out
She
a
just
murder.
dug her own grave. There's
So
a
the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
She's the bad guy. She's defending herself too hard. Yes, at least that's what we thought, but... Alright, I got this, guys. He idolized Celeste. Like, he would do everything for her, or anything for her. Wait, why Spotless Hammer again? Okay, we're not doing Spotless Hammer. It's
Based on
another
the
word.
rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive.
Right.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that 2 people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
2 murders? Alright, can we really say there's no chance?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
That was an accident.
even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on.
That is how the rule works.
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Did I get it? Hold on. Oh, I got
Based
it.
on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule
Let's try this.
holds true.
Boom!
No, that's wrong.
I assume the accomplice was killed.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
Guys, I
You're
solved this
saying
like
that two
30
people
minutes
could act as
ago.
each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Yep.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
And guys, don't forget, the reward if you graduate, or successfully graduate, is $10 million. Out of the entire group, who would most benefit from $10 million? The gambler.
And then to avoid the no accomplices
I'm gonna
rule,
be
they
so
simply
embarrassed if I'm wrong.
killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from
Aw,
the very
that's
beginning.
sad.
That's just awful. How could anyone
I like
be
her
so
hair.
cruel?
It's just a little
You
whoop
think
in the
so?
back.
I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Yep. That was the main characteristic this time. She must have noticed the fact from the beginning, which is why she said not to look at these as a series of connected events, but two separate incidents. She's really amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good
I
this she
understand
is.
how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
True killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really one person who seems to fit. This is actually going to be funny, because there's not actually something that fits, yeah. What if you select yourself?
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Let's see if I'm right.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
Oh!
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that brain fat, lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Whoa. It's so her. No one gets that defensive.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Yeah, how about that tea that you made him get you?
So,
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
What?
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you are working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it?
Or am I wrong? It might have been the
The
screaming.
only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
And for the record,
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
so I was wrong.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
Oh wait, I was right then. He's just being a jerk. Okay, guys, we're fine here. I was like, oh no, I've been wrong all along. And then I'm like, oh, he's just being a dick. All right, well, that's good to know. And yeah, as a side note, when the Robo Jack picture was taken, it looked like he was more leaning up against Hifumi rather than like picking him up, which could further explain how Hiro was knocked out in the outfit. Like, he was unconscious and they draped it over to look like Hifumi was getting kidnapped. Case closed.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
What'd she say?
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
That she happened to see him? Yeah.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
Which she doesn't scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
What's wrong? Yeah, that was a rather intense scream. I'm like, oh my god. That's when I was like, okay. The strange costume man, he ran off as soon as I screamed, blocking the stairs. He went down in the hallway.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner.
Sorry, that was preemptive. It was time for her partner to get to work. What was that? Came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yep. You're so busted, girl. Why don't we split it to two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. Seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura. Yep.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on
Was so fake. It hurt. What was that?
that was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
I don't even know which part
It
that
was your
was.
way of telling him, we're on the third floor.
Oh.
Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing.
What did you notice,
When
Makoto?
we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
Yes. I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Ooh, and
You
the
wanted to
announcement.
make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Dang, good observation. I wouldn't have caught that one actually.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait!
Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
She wasn't worried about
Each
you.
piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
Dude, he's scary.
I have no idea what you mean.
Of course you don't.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Which one?
What?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
What'd you say? They must really be enjoying this? Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're all gonna die. Just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange.
She said it plural, maybe? Those
Then pay
guys,
attention.
plural?
Sakura, Toko,
Yep.
and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
How would she have known that
Then
he
Makoto
died?
showed up
Yeah.
and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us
Yeah,
said
that's what I
anything
thought.
about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Because she said it plural.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't
He doesn't
really
see
get
it
what
at all, guys.
means.
That's hilarious.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Dude, he's getting a kick out of this. That's creepy.
If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? Alright, here we go, guys. Make your argument. Monokuma File 3? No. We're gonna have to do something with whatever's in here.
All
Alright.
I said was... They must really be enjoying this.
I
Enjoying
didn't click.
the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Not that.
We are going to die.
Yep.
Just like those guys died.
Those guys.
And
Told
that's
you.
all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Yep, there you go. I'm just not sure what to fire. Hold on, because the Monokuma File...
They must really be enjoying the sight of us.
The answer is this.
All going to die.
The answer
We are
is
going
this
to die.
one, but I don't
Just
think
like
it's...
those guys
Yeah, it's
died.
not the file that you gotta fire at it. Hold on. Your meaning is worth time. Please stop wasting my time. Alright, I got this, guys. Alright, come on.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish. What was so
Strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die. Just
Got it.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Oh, sorry.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Yep. Nothing.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
I was wondering
how
if she
did
was
you
gonna
know,
kill
Celeste?
someone.
How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Oh god, she's
You
gonna...
all have such vivid imaginations.
Oh, she was
you
it.
know that?
Yep, she's gonna get defensive.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw.
I assume she's gonna talk about
Then
Kyoko,
what
right?
about the picture I took? How
Dude,
do
look
you explain
asleep,
this
guys.
picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
Hifumi was in on it.
It has to be some kind
Yep.
of setup, right?
Totally is.
So let's put the suit on.
No.
And then she used the camera's timer to...
No.
So quickly forgotten. You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the
Yeah.
suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely
Called
there
it.
are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other
No,
explanation.
there's no other. He was unconscious. Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Hifumi is dragging away the suspect. Actually, hold on. Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking? Like alcohol? Hifumi is dragging the suspect away? I'm gonna guess that.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Yep. He was asleep, right?
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
And here's why.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yes, she did. She's about to,
Such a thing
she's about to crack,
is
guys.
utterly impossible.
She's so about to
Hifumi
crack.
was dragging him away?
Look at that.
Ridiculous.
She's cracking.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Go ahead. Yeah, Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Are we doing a rhythm thing again? Oh, good. I'm doing another argument. This is a long argument. Blueprint, the costume, or your message. Huh. Alright.
Dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
Oh my gosh.
No way!
Okay, hold on. If I remember right, Hina said she couldn't have been at the waist. Okay.
You dressed me up in
So
that suit
maybe
after I passed out!
Blueprint?
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight!
Have him a Hifumi.
You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
Wait,
No
is
way.
it the stand-up one? Hold on. I'm gonna
You
try
dressed me
this.
up in that... Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him... You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up.
Yes.
No, it's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Creepy.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Oh god, she's about to crack, guys. Look at that face.
This is checkmate.
Oh, she's about to go nuts. And she never loses, remember? Oh no.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste?
Wow.
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
If he was like... Oh yeah, if he was an accomplice.
Who had attacked
Of course.
his answer was quite clear, was it not? He
course.
said, and in other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Did Hifumi call everyone by their last name or nickname? Or for serious? I actually don't know. What, last name for sure?
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Busted!
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
You're so
to think
busted.
you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
And you can show it in the e-handbook.
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
Show us your e-handbook.
My name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Yep, this is just the e-handbook. There it is, e-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
I love how it's upside down. That's
How long do you plan to
hysterical.
go on pretending?
That was
I'm not
amazing.
pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict
Oh, that's it
me,
right there with the e-handbook, but I'll do it in a
the only
minute.
truth there is, moron.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yep.
He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person here who might...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told
How many times?
Celeste Lodenberg, god damn it!
How
Sorry
long do you
guys, this
plan
is
to
really
go on
funny to me.
pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth.
The truth?
And since you have no way to contradict me,
Shoot!
that's the
Crap.
only truth there is,
There we
moron.
go. Just shoot it out. There we go. Alright. Sorry guys, I misclicked.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yes, if there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
Celeste, was it you?
Celeste Lodenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Boom.
No, it's wrong.
Let's see it. Break!
That's it. The handbook.
what?
Oh, she's
Anytime
so
you turn your
busted.
handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Absolutely vital to a healthy school life. Don't lose it. Spell your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Okay, good.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
She's so
That's how we can find
busted.
out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Duh.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Game's over, son.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Yeah, this is basically checkmate. We just gotta do this in order. Closing. Alright, here we go. Wow, that's funny. Oh god. Wait. In this case, how did the killer recruit their accomplice? Was it seduction? Probably something like that. I don't even know what's going on in that picture, guys. Okay, I actually don't know how it was. I don't know what this is exactly. I mean, that's just... Huh? Oh, okay. So is it like a picture of a sexy girl then? Because nothing else looks like it would fit. And then they put him in there. I don't know. I don't remember what number he was. That's creepy. What number was it? It was 4, right? Because Hifumi was killed and then he was killed, according to them. Wait, what? In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of the shadowy... Oh, it's the camera, right? Okay, I don't actually know. Do you know? Here, we'll just keep going. And then he got that, and then acted like he was dead. Or some plain dead. Wow, he's like dancing in it. Ew, that's gotta be gross. I don't, hold on. Oh. Was it 2? Or was it 3? Hold on, is there another? Oh, it is 3. It's 3, right? Wow, yep, look at that. That's what I called it. And he's like, I did it for you. I don't actually know what he used to fake. He didn't use his backpack, did he? I don't know what this is. Oh, is it this hammer? Well, let's just try it.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Yeah, I was wondering. Is it just chips then? Oh, it is chips. Look, see it's on the side. Maybe?
Here's exactly what
Try
happened.
this again.
Before anything, the killer persuaded...
Ah. Guys, I'm not gonna get an A on this. I don't know what it is. This one, maybe?
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person
who was the person? It was, okay, I misunderstood that. Wow.
With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, his hair.
Someone
Wow.
they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, They shoved it, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Rip.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
That's creepy.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Ew, that's so gross.
Took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3.
Ew.
And turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
Dude, he's like powerhousing that thing.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Ouch.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
So dramatic. Like, this is the first time it's ever been this dramatic, you know what I mean?
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
You lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg.
Celestia.
Actually, no, Taeko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taeko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once
Her
I'm
voice
lost,
changed.
I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Oh, I did, but this is like 100% her act. Wow. Yeah, I did not do too well in this. Okay, well. Okay, I got 102 medals for this.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Her voice!
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
Oh, her voice.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
He's so weird. I'm worried about how she's gonna die. Oh boy. Here it is. But once again, you're totally correct. Black, and this time the true killer who devised this whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Takio? Something?
Honestly.
Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculation.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Oh, don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then?
Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For anyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Tako were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
Oh,
Just a second.
don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words.
Then you're the one who stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And used it to drag Hifumi into the plan. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how I disappeared, I paid him a visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
Hoping to talk to you alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
what? Are you
It was
okay
Taka.
with
He
it?
stole it. Oh, and I
So
have proof.
then-
Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found it used for the digital camera. I'd taken, you know what, to Taka's room earlier and took a picture of it there. Deleted the picture so that I showed it to Hifumi.
Damnation!
How did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either one got close. You're correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for
Please
me,
forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did.
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say he abused me.
What?
Took pictures and said if I don't do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
A crime, an absolute crime. He knew he was going crazy, but
Say what?
it was amazing how he completely bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm gonna kill him.
Unforgivable!
I'm gonna freaking kill him.
Most
Wait, please. If you do
unfortunate.
now, you'll be playing right into his hand.
actually,
He's planning to use her to escape and has made you his target.
What?
He's gonna kill you,
indeed.
and also he can keep her to himself. But
Completely unforgivable!
Honestly,
can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? How could I?
I swear I will save her!
Oh lord.
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? Just so happens I have come up with a plan. Provides a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape the school. And with that, it's complete. What are you talking about? Nothing. Agree without a second thought. The effect that I've had on him was remarkable. Power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. Disgusting.
I see.
Now the question, was it strange? Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
It was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. No idea he'd make something like that. But it was my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
Why him? You're stupid. Aww. That's it.
Let's see.
And in regard I made the right choice, I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Wow. Harsh, man. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
Yeah, how do you explain about him playing dead? What was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay
That's
with...
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd be seriously wounded, on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that. Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was... While you all questioned him about what had happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. Very straightforward, stereotypical. Hifumi ate it up. Aw, poor guy.
so in the end...
Yep, she planned to kill him all along. Wow. So happy to say that. Wow. I mean, do what you gotta do to survive, I guess.
Well...
Don't be mean!
I wonder about that.
Why?
What the heck?
Yeah, was it actually for the money? That's not all there is. Only thought has been to escape.
You little
Well, yeah.
bitch!
She said you little bitch.
Hey!
Couldn't take it, hated it from day one. Wow.
You little bitch!
Every day was just torture.
This is fine.
I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream.
Honestly.
And there's no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make it a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And that
Isn't
was...
it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. And gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler/bodyguards. I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Oh my god. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Yeah, that was her one goal, guys. And that's what life is all about. Creepy. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
Were you really able to kill your friends? Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own needs. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I do not fear death. Kill me however you'd like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. She got her head chopped off. Yeah, you'd just be executed again. Celeste smiled then. She looked to me like the poor effort. It looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
Alright. You all done? Alright, let's get rolling. The black can destroy the peace. They must pay the price.
I prepared
Of
a very special punishment!
A gambler? Alright.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
Anything you have
Well
to
then,
say, literally speak now or
care,
forever
everyone.
hold your peace.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Oh my god. Here we go. Oh, I like her little caricature. Oh, bye. Oh boy, what is it? Really? They're gonna burn her? Really? Burn her at the stake? That's what they're doing? The Versailles witch. That would hurt. So what took her out? The car or the fire? Okay. That was weird. Alright. So death is over. I can't pity her, but I can't deny at this point I consider her a friend too. For him to just go along. Isn't it awful? And get free of the regrets from the outside world. Two more people have to die.
Scream!
You need more how you want to die.
What are you gonna do?
I thought you guys were gonna pass on the torch of hope to the next gen.
Let me out of here!
I'll throw it. When I care about hope, I'll throw it in the trash if you let me out.
Too bad.
Whether you like it or not, death need to knock you down, and it's sad, yes it is, but the reality can't be avoided. What do you want from us? Did I see you get some type of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey! Hey!
What's to do with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine. What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
Hey, answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How
What
exciting.
do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What happened?
Hello.
Things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's time I get out of here.
Well?
You guys can go on and enjoy your mutual life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya.
Yeah, depressed and despair. It wasn't all despair. One small hope. You mentioned it. What was the key?
so
Most likely one of the dressing room lockers. It's where he is, or the computer is. It's where the computer is. Yep.
Hey,
Yep. Gotta go check.
indeed.
Alright. There would have saved. Oh. We rushed to the dressing room. Dressing room. Looked back at us and said, I'm going in alone from here. Head to the dining hall. Check in with you later. Why are you going alone?
So
Do you even have to ask? Yep.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? Spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You, please, let me go. Yeah.
Goodbye.
well then.
Up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall. Alright, they're going in there together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like here are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. Yeah. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko alone.
Shall we go?
Let's go, yeah.
So then,
We need to get in the locker. The key unlocked. Yep. Alter ego. Thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. Speaking from the bottom of her heart. Didn't say a word, stayed quiet the entire time. Open the last set of files. As soon as tomorrow, I'll do my best. Just wait a little. Case closed. What are you trying to do on your own here at the school?
however,
That's not something you need to know. Yeah. What happened? Yeah, where were you?
indeed.
No, I believe in you.
What?
People believe in their friends. That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too, because we're friends.
It's true. That's fine.
So, alright. Where'd she go? Oh, of course. What I heard from Kyoko was, it blew my mind. And when it did... Alright, hold on. Let's see if we can pause. I don't know how to... Alright, boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. Storage closet. Alright. Alright, guys. We are totally... I couldn't find a place to cut it. There wasn't a stop point. So, there wasn't a stopping point, so I'm going to save it twice, like I always do. Alright. And that concludes part 6. That was the trial and the investigation of the third murder. Thank you guys all for watching. I'm going to bed now. It's like 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. So I hope everyone has a great night. Hopefully we'll be streaming, if not tomorrow, the day after. Okay, bye guys.